Or like,
yeah, her head has ceased to be. It got cracked.
His
Trying to
head
think of,
has
like, a
also
sound effect.
ceased to be, believe it or not.
Yeah,
I can't remember how he died. Did you shoot him in the eye? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
you shot him in the mouth. You shot him in the
Oh.
eyes, in the mouth, and the back of the head.
I
Damn.
am an equal opportunity headshotist.
Oh, that's right. And Piff did the weird thing that we were like, what did he do?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right where we left off, actually. All right, let me know when you're good to go.
I
again.
think I'm good to go. I think it's streaming again.
Yeah, it's on. It's on
Okay.
again.
Yay.
So the recap was you guys came across a very enthusiastic young woman who was trying to summon something through a rift, and she managed to do that, but it wasn't as benevolent as she led you to believe, and after crushing her in the head, engaged you in battle, and he almost broke through both Burn and Squeeze helmets. But luckily was felled before that did happen. So we just pretty much finished right after the fight itself. So do you guys need any other details in regards to this?
No, I think that considering that we are on a new stream channel, we should take just a brief second to explain to anyone who's here who may not know what's going on. We are playing Rifts, which is a pen and paper game, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons is, but not like Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not going to go into all the details. I'm going to make it very quick. This is not technically a video game. It is another format of a game, but you will still see our maps and our characters doing stuff. So it's more laid back. It's more relaxed. The idea is to come into the chat and have a good time and chat with us and just enjoy yourself. So that's how that goes.
And for a lot of people, since a lot of it is auditory, a lot of people just minimize it and do something else and just take a listen to it, like a podcast in a way. So feel free to do that as well, but we read the chat as well while we play, so
Indeed.
there you go.
Other than that, no, I'm good for recaps. I know where we are.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I mostly remember now.
Okay.
Anything else we're forgetting?
There's things before that, and that was about it.
Thank you,
Oh,
Piff.
the reason why we're here, treasure map.
Oh, right. We're still looking for that, aren't we?
Yeah, you're
we
following
are.
the treasure maps bit by
Okay.
bit. Yes.
That's right. We just got distracted by her. But but she had the same symbol on the thing. Is it
Well,
different?
the symbol wasn't on her. It was on the cliff side. There
the
was
cliff
an
side?
etching that was very similar to that symbol. Yeah.
On the giant box.
yeah.
Is it also on the map?
It's also on the map. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Velvety Muppet sex. Okay, continue.
No.
On that note.
All right. So, yes, the monster's been felled. Is there anything in the immediate moment that you guys want to address or do? You did mention before about Piff's sudden, let's say, ability or utility that I do know out of character you guys mentioned you want to bring up. Do you want to bring it up now?
My character is just going to kind of shakily sit down and then try
I was
to
gonna say
get his
Mila's
helmet
probably-
off.
I was gonna say Mila probably falls down to her knees like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
going to be expecting the dead body of the...
Inspecting it?
Yes.
Okay.
While he's inspecting it, I'll be right next to him, trying to poke it with a stick. Just make sure it's dead. I just want to make sure.
Okay. All right. So, Squee, your helmet does come off. The clear visor on it has fractured significantly, and there is actually quite a dent on the crown of it as well. This helmet requires extensive repairs for it to come back into shape. And because of your military past, you know that it would probably not even survive one shot to that visor, and it would go right through into your head. So,
Yeah.
there's that.
I think my character's just going to sit there and stare at the helmet, just very quietly.
Okay. as for the felled Dubyuk, it does not move regardless of the poking. And I guess, I mean, I don't know if there's much else to say beyond the physical description. I can bring it back up again here for you if you forget what it looked like.
No.
It looked like.
Terrifying.
So a Dubyuk. Did my character know what that was?
Your character had no idea what the heck it was. You still don't really know where it is, what it is actually. You know it's an extra dimensional being, but
I'm going to take vigorous notes about features and things like that.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Yeah, sure. So you spend some time doing that. Obviously, the campsite that she set up, Sierra set up, or that was her name. Yeah, her body's still lying. Her head has been crushed, most in a pretty gory manner. It's kind of great to look at. She's very dead, and her campsite, even like the fire, is still roaring a little bit. The little campfire and the tent that she had set up. So, yeah. What are your plans here on out?
Should we do something with the body, like bury it, or I don't know? Like, I feel kind of weird just leaving it out.
I close the book and say, we probably should.
Yeah. She deserves
should we bury the body?
Actually, but my character probably isn't even answering. So
yeah.
Okay. So, is it fair to assume that you'd rest this night, and in the morning you would make plans to bury the corpse before heading on out?
Yeah.
That seems like a good plan.
I think that's the plan. Before we rest for the night, I'm gonna try and search for her helmet and offer it to Alcibiades.
Yeah, her helmet can be found next to a stone that she was sitting on. That was by the fire, and yeah, it is completely intact. It's the helmet for a set of body armor known as the Explorer. I showed a picture of it last session. I can do it again here. And actually, although you would have to actually remove it from her body, it looks like her body armor has been unscathed, obviously due to the trauma to her head. So,
yeah.
I would probably.
I tried to copy and paste it, but this is not working for whatever reason.
I'd probably take a few times to get my attention, because my character's kind of quietly freaked out. I think this is probably the closest he's ever come to dying, because he was literally 1 point away from having a smashed head.
Yep.
So he'd probably think about it for a second, and then tell Tom that he should probably take this one and give Al the damaged one, because he can function better with the damaged helmet.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. If one of us is going to have a damaged helmet, it should be me. I have more experience in these things. Just you take the fully healthed one.
Okay. So am I going to need to put on the rest of her armor as well?
You don't need to. Although, here's the thing. Mega damage armor, body armor, is supposed to be fully enclosed properly, right? So it creates a vacuum system. The problem is due to different styles of body armor, the seal between the neck and the actual helmet itself is not compatible with the same body armor type. So you can wear the helmet, it will protect your head, but it will not be considered sealed in case of, say, a vacuum or gas or anything like that. You are still exposed to the environment air.
Yeah. I, to be completely honest, I'd rather have you have the helmet along with possibly her body armor.
Would a guy even fit to her body armor? I mean, it's just supposed to be shaped for her, right?
This is the thing. It is no body armor itself is relatively universal. However, if you're a very large or very petite person, obviously it is customized some. She was not very tall, and she's closer to the height of Burnerator, so it would fit him comfortably. It could fit you, Squee, but it would be tight. You'd have to take it back to a civilization like Perrin's Post to get it altered or expanded. I would allow you to wear it with its full protection, but with a -1 to strike in hand-to-hand because it's just a little too stiff. It's like wearing a suit that's a little too tight and trying to fight in it.
Yeah, I would again tell Tom that it'd be better if you used it. I'm not going to fit well into that thing.
My problem with it is it's not light armor. So it blocks some of my powers.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a problem, I can try to help out. What's going on?
Well, we're trying to figure out the armor situation. Inferno, do you have the stats on her armor?
Yep. It is here. I'll just copy and paste it.
You want me to fix up your helmet?
Actually, that's a good option first. See how much he can repair my helmet, if it's even usable.
Okay, well, the Explorer is, by the way, the armor itself. I'll just put it in the actual chat. The stats. 70 MDC, 20 pounds, fair mobility, -20 prowl penalty. As for the helmet, I could allow you to do let me just try to find out what the skill is, Piff. I think it's mechanical engineer. That lets you fix body armor. We'll say it's mechanical engineer. It might be weapons engineer, but it doesn't matter. I'll let you do it, except that like that faceplate, that just has to be replaced, period. There's no amount of welding or whatever that's going to protect that. You could fix the dent on the head. You can reinforce the inside of it, recovering half the mega damage on it, I'd say. But if anyone's hitting the back of that helmet, it'll still protect it just fine. If they're hit smack dab in the center of that visor, there's nothing you can do about it.
I was thinking of a sort of... This is what I was thinking, kind of blocking majority of the face except for the eyes. And
like an old school knight's helmet?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And we have
Okay.
the metal stuff. We have
The materials?
the
in a
plating,
way,
the
you do have the materials. It'll take you a while to shape. Okay, tell you what. I'll let you jury rig it, no problem. It's non-standard, and a lot of this is kind of like you're MacGyvering it a little bit, I guess you could say. So I'll just give you a -10 to your skill check.
All right.
Before you do that, give me a second. Let's make sure
You'll
that's
have to spend some time. Yeah.
Right, that's probably what I want. Yes, that's exactly what I want to do, because the body armor I have, the Gladiator, I have it because it's excellent mobility, and that other armor is going to have a huge penalty to my prowling if I take it. So, yes, I would like for you to do what you can for the helmet. I would appreciate that.
Bam.
All right,
Wow.
that's a very good success. Good job. You're able to. Let's see here. I'm just trying to remember how much mega damage the helmet had. I think it was 20 mega damage.
Yes.
You're able to reinforce all of it quite well. Actually, repair it back up to 15 mega damage, and sure enough, you're able to set it up where it's very similar kind to a knight's helmet, where around the mouth and the nose and everything is just covered in mega damage materials, and it's just the eye slits that now have that plexiglass on it. So, wow, good job, excellent job. Now it's going to take you a good chunk of the night to do it. Probably not a good chunk of the night actually, but only probably about an hour. You do have the tools and the skill, so about an hour to do that. But yeah, excellent work.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay. I'll just say this because it's a foregone conclusion as well as for the possessions on the campsite. Obviously, there's her tent and sleep roll. She has about 4 days worth of food. Most of it's dry goods. She does have a small collection of gems. 3 red gems, 2 very black gems, and 1 little blue one. They're all not very big. They're only about the size as, I'd say like your fingernail or so. And let's see here. She had a mega damage pistol. She had 3 charged Eclipse. None of them were fired. She has various notes and a journal, handwritten. Looks like she was literate. And other than her body armor, just a few personal possessions that don't seem to have a lot of sale value. Like one of them is a bracelet. Another one's like some sort of medallion that's kind of just made out of like a leather medallion, I guess you could say. And that's about it.
All right. Let's see. So, I think I would spend a bit more of the time observing the dead body of the spectral person.
Sorry. Yeah, he wasn't spectral. He was very much corporeal.
He was very solid, with a lot of goo inside.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. You notice that his blood is actually quite black and very kind of putridy.
Ooh.
Noted.
Yep.
And I would probably suggest somebody else helping the kind lady out of her armor.
All right, who gets to get that lucky job?
Ooh.
You want to do what again? You get her out of her armor? I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay, yeah. All right. I managed to get her out of her armor. We can do we want the night to pass here, folks? We can just assume you make camp here or nearby. The rift itself, actually, by the way, did close completely soon after it perished. And although the ley line is still radiating that very light luminescent blue, it doesn't look like the Nexus is active.
Oh, okay.
It does not look like it's active.
I would like to say, Piff. I mean, not Piff. Patrick.
Yes.
Not a judgment in any way, shape, or form, but I thought you couldn't do magic.
I told you I was one of those casters. That's why I told her. Didn't you hear me before?
Yeah, that's what you told her. You never told us that. So, do you cast magic?
Yes, I'm a great and powerful. No, I just have the ring that we got.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I found out how to use it. It's pretty neat.
Oh, cool.
Does anybody wanna stuff the fire? Tom, could you delight the fire for a bit?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. You cover it with some dirt and extinguish the fire.
Yeah.
I will.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot you're a burster.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, Paul.
It's like we're watching him. Why is he doing it like this?
sorry.
You know what? Maybe like a Jedi,
he
he doesn't like to rely on his powers.
Anyways, no, that That was just my mistake. I'm sorry, Bern.
It's fine.
All right, go ahead. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Piff.
I then say again in a very draconic way a word.
So he's speaking a foreign language. I don't think anyone else can speak Draconic.
Right.
So he says something in a foreign tongue.
And a ball of light kind of slowly hovers from my hand and goes over my head in a kind of very bright. Everything is sort of lit around us to a point where it's sort of like we're in a lit room.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So, wait, using this ring to demonstrate this isn't getting rid of its charge or something, right? Does it have a maximum, eventually you'll use it up and it'll be worthless?
As far as I can tell, it's sort of self-charging, but I can only use it so many times in a pretty short period of time. I'd say about 24 hours or so.
I see.
And just say this one will probably go maybe 8 hours until it gets charged.
Wow,
That's pretty
that's
cool.
a very nifty thing to have. I assume it's not harmful, it's just light.
Oh yeah, this one's just light.
This one's
you-
just light.
Would you like it do harm?
No,
No.
it's fine.
No.
I would say that the Debyuk would argue that it was harmful.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that one. That one's yeah, one of those good old flash grenades. It's that's something else it can do. A lot of light stuff. Flashlight, ball of light. This thing. The flash of light, and also a kind of light bolt.
Interesting.
That's always fun.
Bolt of light.
neat.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's nothing else to this ring, but I could be wrong. I've only done so much research on it.
Gosh, you learned that all your own in just a couple of days. I'm impressed.
A few hours, yeah.
Yeah, we actually did a one-on-one role play where he just kept practicing command words, and I told him whether they would work or not, and he managed to figure it all out.
Oh, interesting.
That's cool.
That's pretty neat.
Nice job. Nice job, Patrick.
So yeah, we might want some sort of safe word for the flash thing, because I don't want to actually hit anybody else with this.
I'm sorry. Could you be more specific? What you mean by a safe word?
Something that I say or yell out or something like that, that you guys would know to not look directly at me and
Pineapple.
we can do pineapple.
Pineapple.
Oh, Mila! Pineapple!
Pineapple.
All right, anyway.
I
Why
like
not?
pineapple.
Personally, I thought I'm a distraction was pretty good, but yeah.
Or that.
Yeah.
Preferences.
Pineapple's good.
Pineapple.
All right. Sorry, don't mean to interrupt your very unique conversation, but anything else you want to address in character?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. So, is it fair enough to say that we allow the night to pass relatively, uneventfully?
Yeah.
Unless you guys want to just do something out that evening, because you were waiting till midnight. So after all this excitement, it's probably closer to 1 o'clock in the morning now.
Yeah, I think it's time to head to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to relight the fire?
Yes, please.
Yeah, this will last for a while, but I'd rather like the warmth of the fire.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. All right. Well, the fire lights right back up without a problem. Those logs
And
just...
I then crumble something that's the same thing you heard before, and the light reverts back into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Very
cool.
much so. All right. So we'll allow the night to pass. No other WX come out of the rift. The current WX is still very dead. And it is the morning. We can assume that you guys pack up your own personal equipment. What of the late Sierras are you going to take? Obviously, the armor. We already had that discussion, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to take her rations, the gems, the notes, her own tent, her bedroll? Like
Notes, taking notes.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I think I'll take the eclipse and the gems.
Okay.
Should we
Make
take
sure
the...
to put this down on your character sheet if you're going to take
Yeah.
them, right?
Yeah, I did. Do you guys think we should take the extra bedroll and tent?
You do have room. Well,
We do.
You have room. There's still, cases of Fury Beetle in the back of Patrick's vehicle, but
Oh my
you
God,
still
I
have
forgot
storage
about
space for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping to bring back another supernatural being. That'd be pretty neat.
Well, the tent and the bedroll would take up very little space.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. I could probably
Sure.
just
Why not?
tie it onto the back of... Yeah. I think we'll do that. I'll write that down.
Never know.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
We need to bury her.
Yes, we do.
Okay. It takes a couple hours, but you're able to find. Obviously, you probably don't want to bury her right on that cliff face. A little bit further back into kind of a more peaceful, solid area. Taking turns digging. You can dig out, a nice little place for her body to rest in about a half hour to 45 minutes. And you're able to lay her into the earth and cover back up again. So the whole process takes about an hour and 15 minutes or so. Is there anything in character you want to address during this situation?
Should somebody say something?
I'm no good at that kind of thing.
Neither am I. Patrick?
Mila can sing a little song.
Oh, there we go. That's
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
let's do that.
Okay. So after a song for the deceased, you guys are good to continue on, if you wish. Okay. So are you continuing to follow the map?
I think so.
I would assume so.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So the map now has you start to head north, and a lot of the suggestions, the suggested terrain, stuff that Patrick himself has mapped out to really make a very efficient travel time. The ley line is always off to the east of you, and it's never more than a mile or so away. And after, actually, Patrick, give me another land navigation to see if you guys save any sort of time.
Hello.
Actually, you know what? We're going to say what's happened is that that's a pretty big failure. So the combination of Sierra's notes and the very fact that you've never traveled so close to a ley line before, it's screwing up how you, normally navigate. You're not used to something blue and glowing and translucent nearby you all that time. So you actually accidentally go in a circle for a couple hours, and it takes a little while for you to get back onto track. But eventually you do. So you do lose probably about a half a day's worth of travel. So it was only supposed to take you about 2 days. It took about 2.5. In fact, it's getting close to evening when the sun is starting to set, when you start to smell smoke in the air. Now, Tom, you do have the ability to sense fire, correct?
Yes.
And what's the range? Is it 5 miles or something like that?
Sense fire is a 1,000 feet.
Oh, 1,000
At the
feet?
moment.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, we're next to a ley line. We're within a mile, so it's doubled, so 2,000 feet.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Regardless, you're able to smell the smoke before coming across it, and eventually you guys actually come to a clearing, and you see a huge, just forested wood, completely ablaze, the smoke rising into the air.
Oh,
and a good
my
section
God.
of this forest, it's a big strip of wood that extends